Think free or die. The truth is out there. The old man of the mountain was abducted. Down Tuck and Roll Media. tfodcast@gmail.com. Dear Teapot, Dear Teapod, Dear Typod, Norbert Haug, John Goodman in a leather jacket. Think free or die. The truth is out there. The old man of the mountain was abducted. Down Tuck and Roll Media. tfodcast@gmail.com.
Oh my goodness.
We're back.
I think.
I hope.
I hope too. Oh, hopefully Blanchie's still around. He's not. No one's in here. No one can tell us if we're working. So
I
sad.
can tell us if we're working.
Oh, there he is. You're working. We are working. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Discord.
Thanks, Discord. Hey, at least they got it got fixed pretty quickly.
They did. And
Considering-
actually, if you click on their server status, it does bring you to a nice web page. It tells you the status of the API. So
Yep.
that was nice.
Yep.
You can see that the engineers were hard at work, so I just feel bad because someone who does my job is getting buried at Discord tonight.
Yep.
Good, sucker. Should have done your testing before you rolled out some patch. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for you. We're not slackers. We were working hard. We were trying Skype. We were trying Facebook Messenger, all to get back to the people.
I think he's talking about
Discord?
yeah.
I don't know. You don't know what Blade
But
is.
maybe
You
not.
could be talking about
Yeah.
us. I mean,
He's a wild card.
wild card, bitches.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. You guys, see? See? You guys. I told you. He was slamming us.
Yep.
I knows.
I knows.
So where were we?
I don't remember.
Had I finished up the dumb Donald Trump dream? I think so. Oh yeah, we're right in the middle of that when you said that you thought Donald Trump would be great as, and I'm gonna say exactly what you meant. I'm gonna tell everybody what you meant, not what your words were. You said he would be the greatest host of Jeopardy of all time.
I never once said that. And that's not at all what I meant either.
You can't say you didn't because everyone couldn't hear you. I still could when you were dropping out, but I know.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you right now, that is not at all what I meant.
Okay, I'll let you clarify what you meant.
All I said was, imagine Donald Trump
What
in
years?
Alex Trebek's shoes, and you said he would be more smug, and I said, hey, Alex Trebek can do no wrong, and then that's when I cut out.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it anymore because it cut out. It killed Discord. You talking about Alex Trebek?
Oh no.
We're not sure what year this is. I'm pretty sure time shifted in 1993, so we're not 100% certain what year we're in right now.
No, you're not.
If somebody could tell us, that'd be great. I'd like to know.
BMM, that's what I'm gonna start calling you. BMM. What
Bowel movement man.
bowel movement man. What year are we in, according to you?
Now wait 30 seconds. In silence. The year of the
Year of the
dragon.
Dragon.
No, go ahead.
Dragon?
Keep going.
It's like the little engine that could, but he can't.
Aw,
It's kind of sad.
it is sad. Oh man, I feel like we talked so much today. We're gonna have to really dig deep tonight.
Real deep.
That's shitty.
Real deep.
Could yeah, good one. He followed up the bowel movement man with that shitty.
Yeah.
I like it. Maybe someone out there can give us a good topic that we can talk on while we try to rummage through the memory banks and figure out something else to talk about.
Hey guys, do our job for us.
Do our work. We don't want to work. We just want to talk. Just watch Jumanji, so I'm not sure. Wait, isn't there a new Jumanji?
There is.
Is it still set in New Hampshire?
I don't think so.
Oh, come on.
I know they're going to be doing a sequel to that one, though, as well.
We get one movie in our state, and you got to take it away from us? It's bullshit.
That's how it works, man.
I blame The Rock.
Dwayne,
why you hate the New Hampshire?
he gave the New Hampshire the people's elbow.
Boom! Do you
And
like
rock
movies? Cinema way your way out of here. I don't know how he would do it. All I know is the pancakes one. You like pancakes?
I cannot smell what The Rock is cooking because
He punched me in the nose. It's broken. My nose no longer works. The Rock was not coming to New Hampshire. Why? The Rock is coming to New Hampshire. He could have. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up and see if the new Jumanji was in New Hampshire. Devin says no.
I said I don't think so. I didn't say no. Hold on.
New Jumanji, New Hampshire? Question mark. No, I don't think so.
Do you remember when Stone Cold Steve Austin threw the belt over the bridge in Manchester?
Yes.
Years ago.
Yes.
That's what put us on the map.
Hey, you know what? Spoiler alert, Devin.
Not
the real belt.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Are you telling me something in wrestling wasn't real?
I don't believe it.
I could be wrong. It might have been the real belt. Stone Cold was
Kevin,
just that cold.
Did you?
He was stone cold.
Did you hear that some scientists did whatever their equations would be for this? That there's some scientists out there that believe there could be about 40 other Oumuamua objects in our solar system.
You know what? Yes, I did. It was on one of the shows I was listening to that they think that there's a bunch of those, and they're now, and that was part of that whole SETI manual that I was talking about, where they came out with new acronyms and nomenclature to use and stuff like that.
Right.
One of the things is now searching for extraterrestrial artifacts. And that is what they consider Oumuamua. Is
like
an
it.
artifact. Which also could be what that Black Knight is, if you've ever heard about the Black Knight.
I've not heard about the Black Knight.
The Black Knight, why don't you do a little Google in there on that? Actually, maybe I can pull up an image of it.
Knight as in...
As in, like, the knights who say neat.
Okay.
Ow.
Now, I do know if I search just the Black Knight, I'm going to get a bunch of stuff. What should I
Black
add?
Knight satellite.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me pull up a picture so I can share.
The second link is from Gaia.com. That has to be the one I go to.
Oh, yeah. If it's Gaia, yeah.
An alien satellite is in retrograde orbit around Earth. Ho, ho, ho.
Satellite.
Do you want me to read some of this?
Why don't you do that while I get a nice picture pulled up here of the Black Knight satellite?
Okay. There are currently more than 100,000 satellites orbiting the Earth, from space junk to high-tech probes transmitting signals back to Earth. But one of these satellites is thought to be of extraterrestrial, I don't want to start a trial, origin, and has been circling our planet prior to the launch of Sputnik. This mysterious spacecraft is known as the Black Knight satellite, alleged to be of alien provenance and covered up by NASA for more than 60 years. While most man made satellites orbit in prograde due to the ease and fuel efficiency of using the Earth's natural gravitational pull, the Black Knight is said to orbit in retrograde, adding to its curious nature. But it is actually an alien satellite monitoring our planet. But is it actually an alien satellite monitoring our planet, or simply a thermal space blanket like NASA's claimed photo evidence of it to be? A thermal space blanket.
So
I have
I'm
an image.
about to here we go. I'm gonna go live here with a picture of it, and we can decide whether or not we think it's a thermal blanket.
My guess is no.
So now that's not the only picture we have of it. There's plenty o pictures. Plenty o pictures. So let's see. This is a good one.
That
Can I
one
open the image in a new tab? Yes, I can.
sounds cozy.
It does sound cozy. It's warm. So here's a picture of it. Above the Earth, you can see the Earth below. That is a thermal blanket. I don't know if it's a thermal blanket. It doesn't seem to be a thermal blanket.
No. If it is, it's wrapped around something.
So let's see if we can get another
Well,
picture.
I say that like it's true. That would be my guess.
Some of these are very fake, so we're not going to click on some of these. Like that. That's just not. This is not real either. You can't see the Black Knight from Earth. That doesn't happen. I think these are fake. Yeah, that looks to be fake to me. I mean, some of like this picture that I was showing here, this one, that's a real picture from a spacecraft. Now, no one knows what it is, but some people believe it is a satellite.
It doesn't look like a space blanket to me. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It looks, and I'm going way out on a limb here. This almost looks like a carving. If you can see where I'm pointing at with my cursor.
I can, yep.
That almost to me looks like some type of a carving. Almost like a figure, like legs down here.
I could see that.
But I don't know what this would be.
Yeah. I mean, is it Voyager 1 that we sent out that has the image
Yes.
on the gold record?
Yeah.
What if this is something similar to that? Voiceless person says fake news.
The voiceless person thinks everything's fake news. She's one of them. One of them.
Is this a new form? Samus. Yes.
Could be.
Yep. Samus the satellite.
So why
Nintendo knew what they were doing.
Why is this fake news? Why is this real picture of something that's just out in space near us fake news? Who would gain something from putting this out there as fake news?
That's a good question.
New Smash character confirmed. Black Knight Samus.
We all know that would just be an extra cosmetic item for Samus.
Microtransaction.
Yep.
There was something else. You brought up that, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That reminded me. Is that the Batman? It's the Batman. I'm the Batman.
That's the Dark Knight.
Oh.
Not the Black Knight. Come on.
You don't know. Maybe it is actually supposed to be the Black Knight. Maybe, but Batman would rather be called the Black Knight, and he thinks the Dark Knight isn't menacing enough. The Batman. Where does he get those wonderful toys? Oh, another spacey type thing. Did we talk about the whole Santa Claus code word the last time we were on here?
Yes.
We did. Damn it.
We did. Yep.
Damn it, Jim.
So,
Although we do know that another nugget that you can get, a code word is a safe word. It depends on what's going on in space.
Santa Claus is my safe word.
Then why did you say it earlier today? Now I'm concerned. Ooh. Another nugget that we will not get too far into, but we do happen to have a report of where Santa may be currently.
Oh,
Banana slug.
is that Kevin? Is that your safe word?
No,
Banana slug?
that's a safe word that somebody uses on the show Everything Sucks on Netflix,
Oh,
where he was falling in love with a girl, and he said if he fell in love with her, he would say banana slug.
oh my goodness! I watched that show too. My
Where
bad.
the girl's playing the piano,
Yep,
and he's at the dinner table, and he just goes, banana slug.
yep.
I haven't made it all the way through that yet, and they canceled
Well,
it.
I was just gonna say, don't worry if you don't, because they canceled it.
I know it's one of those ones where I'm like, I kind of like it. I wish
Yeah,
they didn't
same.
cancel it.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Freaks and Geeks. It was a very similar.
Still have not seen that.
Wait.
I
All
know.
right, we'll talk after about that.
Well, this will be brought up afterwards.
That's in our debrief session.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I want everyone to notice, as Devin pointed out, your chat messages get abducted by our UFO.
It sure does.
Yep.
You're welcome.
That Devin did that on purpose.
Purpose.
He does all our artwork.
Can't you tell? It's awful.
It's owned by us. Tuck and Roll Media has nothing to do with it.
Nope.
What was
The only
one-
thing Tuck and Roll Media had on us was they had a studio.
Yeah, but who needs that when we have a cabin?
We've got a cabin that we are both definitely in the same cabin right now.
Let me do a quick peruse
Hi,
of
Kevin.
things. What? Hello? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
All right.
Sweet.
We are pros, folks. I'm going to do, you got to babble for a second. I'm going to do a quick peruse of what I listened to recently. So,
Okay. Have you heard about
The
Mount
Lonesome Loser?
Have
you
Nope.
heard about that? Oh, yes. Talk about that.
Mount-
That is a good
Mount Etna?
one. Mhm.
Etna erupted. Now, the interesting thing about this is, I think I might say his name wrong, so I'm going to say it both ways. I think it might be Edgar Cayce or Edgar Casey.
KC.
Casey, okay.
The sleeping prophet, as he's also known as.
He predicted that a bunch of things would start happening once Mount Etna erupted, but he believed, what was it? He predicted that dramatic physical changes would affect the Earth in the years 1958 to 1999. So he was a little late.
Yeah, he's way off.
However,
Mhm.
exactly 20 years though. Maybe there's something in that. It was exactly 20 years that he was off.
Yep.
And he predicted the Great Lakes would empty into the Gulf of Mexico after Etna.
Are they trying to tie that to Etna right now because Etna's erupting? Because I always thought that Edgar Casey predicted that it was actually going to be the Azores. So there's a island chain, like sort of off the African coast, in between Africa and Europe, where it's just a very steep mountain range that comes out of the ocean, and the mountain is getting ready to let go. And like the majority of the mountain will slide into the Atlantic, and it'll cause a mega tsunami that will come over and hit the East Coast. And I always thought that Casey was tied to that, but he could be tied to Etna. It almost sounds like one of those things where like someone's trying to glom on to what's going on with Mount Etna right now. I think this is the one he's talking about.
I think
No, he might not. No, okay. So there's a lot of eruptions going on right now. He also said the majority of California would be in the ocean by 2000. Did he? Did Casey say that? He may have.
I've got a list of his Earth changes.
So
predictions right here.
one of the ones that, okay. Eric Krakatau, that's the one in Indonesia, the one that where there's that video of the band that's on stage playing a concert just gets wiped off stage by a tsunami. And like the bass player's dead, and someone else, and like the band has videos of them talking about it. There's an article, which has. So not only is Etna erupting, there's those ones happening in Indonesia. They had all the swarms of earthquakes and stuff in Yellowstone. Seems to be some pretty serious movement going on right now.
Yeah.
Mount Etna is also sliding into the ocean. And they're kind of worried about a collapse of Etna and tsunamis happening from Etna sliding into the ocean.
Where is Etna located?
Italy, I believe.
In Italy. Okay.
I believe.
Okay. So Voices Person, I think, was right about the California thing because
Don't let her know she's right. Don't let her know
Uh,
she's right. Drummer, lead
to-
singer's wife dead. Right.
Edgar Casey predicted that the dramatic physical changes would affect Earth and the blah blah blah, and would begin with the eruption of Mount Etna. The Great Lakes would empty to the Gulf of Mexico, linked with a time when ancient repositories would be discovered as people reach the appropriate level of consciousness. The three repositories mentioned are Egypt, the Bimini area, and the Yucatan.
Bimini
After-
is what people thought might be the road to Atlantis near Bermuda, like in between Bermuda, Florida, and somewhere else.
Okay,
The
that makes
Bimini
sense.
Road.
That makes sense for something that gets mentioned later.
Mhm.
After activity following inundation of earthquakes more in the southern than the northern hemisphere. Portions of the New York or New York City itself would disappear, as well as the southern portions of Carolina, Georgia. Land will appear in the Atlantic and Pacific, rise of Atlantis. And what is the coastline now of many a land will be the bed of the ocean. Even
What does this sound like to you, Devin?
sounds like the Twitch machine just got unplugged.
What? Why?
Never mind. Sorry.
Don't say that thing. Don't.
listen to me.
Don't. No, what does sudden sea level rise or drop sound like to you?
Uh, water.
Who's one of our most favoritist people right now?
Randall Carlson.
Correct.
Correct.
Remember what happened when he was talking about Georgia was a boreal forest and the ocean was way out. So there's your land in the Atlantic that was now submerged.
Right.
And now he's talking about the land coming back up, which to me would say ice age. And they believe ice ages are triggered by one of the causes is massive volcanic eruptions.
Oh, yeah, because it
Clouds the sun.
It absolutely is.
So is this what Edgar Casey predicted? Mental person wasn't crazy. It was simply an impacted tooth. Oh. I had a broken tooth and I was crazy for a little while. Got that pulled. Not crazy anymore. Well, I'm still crazy. But getting back to that, when he's talking about the ocean level coming, like the sea level rising and land coming back, was what he was seeing actually climate change in the way of an ice age returning. We're well overdue for an ice age.
We really are, considering the timeline of everything.
Yeah, we're way overdue for an ice age.
We're past season.
In fact, I demand one.
You demand one.
I demand one.
That's scary.
Demand an ice age. And this time the ice caps go over Europe and leaves North America alone.
Is that something
That'll
you-
never happen.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it can't happen because of the way the Gulf Stream goes.
Yeah.
But one can dream. Then all kinds of beachfront property opens up if that happens.
Yeah. Luke Slethor.
Discussion of topic.
I'm going to bed.
No. We want to hear
Lex-
about Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor will be very, very happy about
Yes.
oceanfront property.
Yes, he will. But if we could have a nice ice age and be able to move somewhere where the land now shows up, we could all get beachfront property. It's not global warming. It's called climate change, and it might be just the way the universe and the planet works. No one is
Seasonal.
saying global warming.
Cyclical.
Cyclical.
It's a real thing.
Psycho.
That's also a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Some have called me psycho. Not anybody smart, but people have called me that.
Damn, I guess I'm not smart.
So we've got Indonesia blowing up. We've got Italy blowing up. We've got... There was earthquakes. Wasn't there a pretty good earthquake? There was a good earthquake in Alaska recently. So other than Etna is not on the Ring of Fire, but Indonesia is on the Ring of Fire.
Yes.
When did the Kappa phase for? I'll stop. Do we think we're seeing the beginning of a massive change? Could we be on the doorstep of one of the catastrophes that Fortress of Solitude that has been brought up by Randall Carlson, Graham Hancock, and all those guys? Are we on the doorstep of one?
I don't want to say yes or no, just because I don't know, there's always major things that happen in people's lives that don't necessarily have to lead to anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I could see things potentially getting worse and leading to it.
Oh, let's put it this way. Would you rather it happened in your lifetime so you could actually witness part of it, even if it meant you're going to die a horrible death?
You know, it's like what I said last week, okay, about solipsism.
Yes.
About how I am a true believer in solipsism. I don't think I'm here, even if I don't think I'm supposed to do anything great or heroic or anything like that. I don't believe in that stuff, at least not for me. However, and now this just might be my humanity grasping for reason of existence, but I really feel like something has got to happen. Otherwise, why am I experiencing this right now? So yeah, I want to believe, as much as that would be a scary thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna die of cancer at the age of 82 if I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like that's boring. That's mundane.
Like, as scary as it would be, and no, Mark is flat out no, just wants no part of it, none. I do. I want to see something crazy like that.
Witnessing something biblical would be
amazing. Yes.
Be amazing.
Yes, and I would just hope that somebody would be smart enough to try to record it in some way that would last a long time.
Do it on stone.
Yeah, and we will. And you know what? People will come around like us and go, "What were these people worshiping, dummies?" You know?
Who is Mark Zuckerberg. Imagine a cool name. Hello. How are you doing? It is so good to see you again. Kevin, imagine a cool name was on chat with me quite a few hours ago when I was streaming Sims 4 on my personal account.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. I've got no clue, but okay. Hey, welcome. Hello, imagine a cool name.
You're not as late as you'd think because we had some technical difficulties for about 50 minutes because Discord was down.
And we had a hard time coming up with some discussion of topics.
And also, it's been a very, very long day for me. I've been up for 13 hours now. So it's been fun.
Devin, I kind of want to, and Blanchie, if we want to keep going with the earthquake stuff, we can do that too. I kind of want to talk about a little bit more. I'm going to continue. This is going to be bonus coverage of what we talked about earlier.
I'm fine with that.
To talk about that one guy that I told you about who had the
brain thing?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay. So I was telling Devin about a show called great, I've got this guy too. It's called Mr. Tachyon. It's on Viceland. And it's about this. The premise is kind of corny, but this guy says, my father was a scientist at a top secret lab and he did something that made him invisible. Now I'm invisible, blah, 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 blah. But he really goes through and does kind of cool things and does cool experiments on kind of fringe science stuff. And one of the things he got talking about was people who have, I don't know if it's called inherent savant, but there's savants in the world that mean they have like some almost superpower like ability. Rain Man was a savant. People who can remember everything about a specific day. You tell them a day, they can tell you the weather that happened, and it could be like 45 years ago, but they could tell you exactly what the weather was that day. Things like that. So there's this one guy. His name is, if anybody wants to look this guy up, it's really fascinating. Jason Paget, and that is Padgett. He was mugged. Yeah, I'm Rain Man. So this man was mugged and beaten really, really badly. I think almost like to the point of death. But when he came out of it, he was able to see things in a way that we can't see the world. And by that, he sees things. Everybody's made a flip book before. Picture a book. You draw a stick man. Another page, you draw a stick man with his arm moving, another moving. And you flip those pages and you see the animation. And you see the little stick man move. This guy sees everything in that way. So everything to him looks like picture frames. Like the refresh rate is off on your monitor and you can see it flickering. So he sees things in math is the best way he describes it. So like the example they showed is they tossed an orange to him and he watched the orange go over to him and he caught the orange and he goes, yeah, I can give you the equation of that arc. It's X minus 1 to the whatever. Like he did this math out and they drew it on the board. He's just like, it's just a parabola. And he drew it out and it was the exact arc that the orange went. So when he sees people move, he sees it in picture frames. Because the part of his brain that got affected evidently is the part of the brain that corrects your vision so you don't see things like that. Let's just think about that for a second. There's a lot to take in there. But if your brain is set up in a way that it needs some correction in it, like error correcting code, it lends itself to be we're living in a simulation. Because why would your brain need to be adjusted to have like a refresh rate if things don't just move like you think they do? It changes what you think reality might actually be because of how this guy can see things.
Why would nature find it necessary to put that into the evolutionary process for humans?
Yes. There would be no real reason
or even
for that.
animals. Or even animals.
Let me just read this little part. With Paget's new vision came an astounding mathematical drawing ability. He started sketching circles made of overlapping triangles, which helped him understand the concept of pi, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. There's no such thing as a perfect circle, he said, which he knows because he can always see the edges of a polygon that approximates the circle.
That's crazy.
Soon after the attack, Paget suffered from PTSD and debilitating social anxiety, but at the same time, he noticed that everything looked different. He describes his vision as discrete picture frames with a line connecting them, but at a real speed. If you think of vision as the brain taking pictures all the time and smoothing them into a video, it's as though Paget sees the frames without smoothing. In addition, everything has a pixelated look, he said. Okay, folks. So, what that says is everything around you is actually pixelated. And your brain is wired in a way to keep that pixelation from becoming a reality to you. You see a false reality.
Crazy, right?
It hurts my head. It hurts my goddamn head. Where can I hook up an HDMI? This is so-called real life. Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of frightening. Like, he seemed very, very, very okay with this too when he was talking. Like, he's just like, well, this is the way I am now. This is how I see things. Here's a great opening to it. Before the injury, Paget was a self-described jock and partier. He hadn't progressed beyond then pre-algebra in his math studies. I cheated on everything, and I never cracked a book.
But now he's a savant in mathematics, and he sees in
Yes.
math.
Yes. What is this thing that you linked, Devin?
That is a picture that is in that same article that Paget himself drew to kind of show how he sees
Oh
things.
my God. All right, let's put this. Let's.
There's even numbers like around the hand. You see that, right?
Yeah, it's about to go on the screen here. So let me do that.
Good.
Do this. Ugh. Okay, so this is how he sees a hand. This is how he sees a hand.
It's insane.
Looks like something out of Full Metal Alchemist. This again goes back to why are these patterns in nature?
You know what this reminds me of?
A spirogyro?
No.
Oh.
Sacred geometry.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. Yeah, exactly.
Spiral gyro. Get out of here.
No, but that's what I mean with the things that it keeps coming back to, these shapes and forms showing up in nature.
Right.
Why? And this is what. Cool, man. You ever take DMT? But this is what they talk about seeing with a DMT experience.
Right.
Shapes, things that come, geometric patterns. So, okay, whoa. Hold on. Let's think about that for a second. People see geometric patterns when they're on DMT. Does DMT shut off certain parts of your brain that allow you to see reality in a different way?
I was just gonna say that. What if?
If so, ship some to this house immediately.
House? I thought we were at a cabin. Hi.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, wait, I gotta go this way. Hi. Yeah, no, we are in the cabin.
Yeah.
No, we were in the cabin for the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Oh, this is the live cast. This is the live stream.
Yeah. No, this is the meta version.
we had part of our brain shut off earlier. Yeah, but what if that's what DMT does? Is it affects part of your brain that does this type of stuff?
It takes off the filter.
Yeah. So now you're like, oh.
Which is, I mean, and it's pretty much anyone who's taken it that's what they say. You know?
This man has wisdom, Devin. He's right.
A cabin is a house. That's true. You're right.
He's right. He's right. I don't know. All I want to know is I want to see things like that. Explaining something about DMT in your brain. The brain only brings things to its confines using energy to get things like blood sugar, glucose. DMT is unique in that way, and that brain expends energy to get its own confines. Okay. I still think there's something to my epiphany that I just had. Because that looks like what they describe.
Right.
Let's see what else we can find about this man. Oh, he does a TED Talk.
I heard this one theory, says imagine a cool name, where the air you breathe is a drug and it's what makes you see reality, which is why when you stop breathing / get knocked out, you see darkness.
That's not too far off from our oxygen is killing everybody.
It's honestly, it's really not.
Okay, this drawing is now freaking me out because now you can see what he's talking about. Are you looking at what I'm looking at?
I am.
There's circles in there. But if you look at them, they're not perfect circles because they're all polygons.
Right.
Let's keep going. Let's see some of the other ones. Quantum snowfall drawing. What? Planck's black hole drawing. This guy he couldn't even do algebra. And now he's drawing things that Planck, who is a quantum physicist, did equations about. Look at that picture. Oh, this is all
It's very, very much sacred geometry.
And this is how he sees the world now. Okay. That guy freaks me out.
So the thing is though, is he's not seeing it in lines though, right? Like he's kind of seeing the lines as an overlay to everything.
The
right?
lines. So what he sees are the frames are connected by lines. So he is seeing those lines.
But it's like an overlay though.
Right. Each frame and they stack. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What about breatharians? Yeah, breatharians. Yeah. Those guys. They live
Open
on
a new
air
Google
alone.
Images window and search macro shot of snowflake compare. Yeah, it's fractal.
Well, you know what's so weird is that goes back to, and you can tie it right back to the whole thing with Randall Carlson talking about the mega floods, all the waves that you see in the West that are just mounds of gravel that are 50 feet high are fractal because they're the exact same things you see on a beach. Currently punching myself in the frontal lobe, no circles yet. Keep trying.
Well, if you start seeing circles, it might not be the right ones.
But what you can do is test imagine a cool names theory. If you keep doing that, you can test his theory.
Stop breathing.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. See what happens.
Keep punching yourself till you stop breathing and see if you see darkness. I give you my permission to do that. Once I saw that show and saw this whole thing, it just really was blowing my mind. I'm like, what? Why do we even try to deny that there's something really strange out there that we can't understand?
I don't think it's so much.
Cancel. Are you saying cancel the order to have Bowel Movement Man try to knock himself out and see if he sees blackness? Because I'm not willing to cancel that order. Yeah.
In surmisation, in whatever, this guy sees sacred geometry. He sees it.
Correct.
Now
he does.
Can someone? I have a feeling there might be someone in chat that can explain this to me. Why is the Star of David the shape that it is? Does anyone know? Why is it?
I don't.
The 6-pointed star.
I don't.
Because that pops up everywhere in sacred geometry.
If my friend Mark, not my other friend Mark, the one that you went to the movies with, that Mark.
Yeah.
If I could get him around, he might be able to tell us. He is my resident Jewish friend.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think he's on.
Star of David, the Jewish Encyclopedia cites a 12th century Karaite document as the earliest Jewish literary source to mention a symbol called Magen Dawid without specifying its shape. The name Shield of David was used by at least right. Okay, but I want to know.
Mark,
I want the secret as to why it's the shape that it is. If there is a secret, because if you look at sacred geometry, you're going to see that everywhere. What did they know?
Where
it's easy to print that on the oh god.
Yeah, I'm trying. No, don't do that. I don't want to do that. I just wanted to How do I unban him?
I think it's just /unban. He's gonna be
No, he's not. Slash.
It's hilarious.
What do you do, Blanchy? Unban GR8 2B.
I think Blanchy can handle
Hey,
that.
yeah, Blanchy, you're a mod. Go fix what I did.
Unban
him.
BMM.
Unban him. I just wanted to delete that message. Unban him, sir. I tried. Hold on.
We need bowel movement man back.
Oh God, I hope he's just raging right now.
It's okay, folks.
Oh, this
Bowel movement man and Kevin are friends.
This seriously just made my night doing that. I went to hit it looks like the delete on chatbot. It's not the delete. It is. That is the ban button. Please hold on. Please hold working on it, BMM. Oh. I wish I could just go in here and go.
I got it.
Did you?
I did it, yeah. It's just
Good.
unbanned.
Attaboy. You're unbanned.
Hopefully he comes back in.
Oh, he will. I'm going to text him right now and tell him he's unbanned. You don't need to type their name?
I did type his name.
Oh, God. Oh, that's going to make me giggle like all night long when I think about it.
It is.
It is. Everyone told you. Friend of mine, he totally is fine with being banned temporarily. We can't have your anti-Semitic comments on our channel, sir. Not appropriate. I'm back, but I screenshot it. No.
That was quick.
Okay, so in summation, we say he sees sacred geometry.
He sees sacred geometry. Yep.
He could hear all
It's
of
as
it.
if he's like constantly on DMT.
Yeah, I guess that is. Now, if he just got himself a couple of stone tablets and wrote down some laws, he becomes a prophet.
Yeah, but wouldn't his laws be like mathematical laws?
No, Devin, I'm just saying if he just wrote down some random laws that he felt like
random laws.
be nice to each other. Rule 1.
Yeah, we could just ask Zach White.
Oh, is Zach your resident Jewish friend? I'm no anti-Semite. No, you're not an anti-Semite, which is why I didn't mean to ban you. Your comment could be misconstrued as extremely anti-Semitic. Am I wrong? Devin, are you in agreement with me? Because we're the only two that matter in this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we lost him. He lost him. I was explaining to Mark that he's not anti-Semitic, but his comment could be taken as extremely anti-Semitic.
Yes.
Okay, good. We cannot have anti-Semitic comments in our chat. Just use the F word. That's fine.
Yeah, stick to
cursing.
Universally accepted swears.
Quarter Jew here. All right. Imagine a cool name is Quarter Jew.
Okay. The David hexagram consists of 6 equal points surrounding one central hex. Correct. This provides an exact symbolic representation of the first days of the week plus the first 6 days of the week.
Creating days, yep.
And the one much more important days of the rest of the Sabbath day.
Got it.
6 creating days plus 1 rest day. Okay. So you saying that, which is really 6 archangels and plus 1 commander Michael. Metatron. Okay. We're back to it. I love it. I did a very quick Google search just before you said that. Imagine a cool name. And yeah. The very first thing I get is an excerpt from Wikipedia. It says its shape is that of a hexagram, the compound of 2 equilateral triangles. Unlike the menorah, the Lion of Judah, the shofar, and the lulav, the Star of David was never a uniquely Jewish symbol. So it sounds like to me, Jewish people took the Star of David and then gave reason to it afterwards.
I think they took that symbol
and
made it Star of David.
The Star of David, correct. Yeah.
Took the symbol from sacred geometry and put what Imagine a Cool Name is explaining here. and kind of like use that to like be these pieces. Because those
Right.
pieces are very important to the religion. This symbol had been around forever because it's part of sacred geometry. They just kind of incorporated it. I think is what you're getting at, right, Devin? Like
Right.
that symbol was around before, and then they kind of used it to make it clear what their religion is about.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you very much for imagining a cool name. That was a really helpful to understand that.
It was.
The only thing I learned from my friend Mark is that I should go to him sometime with Temple because his rabbi loves talking about the giants in the Old Testament.
You never get that when you go to Christian.
No, because they only talk
church.
about the New Testament.
It's true. I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way that, if they're
Well,
going to talk about
it doesn't make sense
any of
because they take bits and pieces from the Old Testament, what suits their arguments.
Okay, that doesn't make sense, but it would make sense that they would only talk about the New Testament.
Right. And then they take their little bits and pieces of the Old Testament, what suits them.
Right.
I don't really have this religion. I just have a great grandma who was really yeah, but that's like my family. Like I am not religious whatsoever, but boy, were there some religious people in my family. Ooh, I might get visited by a cat in a second here. This is
Scarlet.
exciting. Yep. Scarlet. She left.
She knew.
Devin, I'm going to go fill up on water. So you're going to do a quick break by yourself.
Am I?
Yep.
Don't we have commercials for this sort of thing?
Nope.
Yeah, we do. Don't tell me no. I sent you the zip file.
I think you can do it.
Okay.
You've
done it
got
enough
people
times.
to talk to. Do we really want to go off the air for this?
No.
No. We've been off the air too much already tonight.
Man, I'm just giving you crap. Take it.
I'm out of water. My whole Yeti is gone.
Wow.
Shout out Yeti tumbler that I did not have to pay for. Thank you, Abby. It's great. Love this thing. All right, I shall be back with my water.
Okay, I will be
A
here.
dozen monks writing a story for a king that threatens death makes much more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, it is just me and you guys now. So let's talk about Kevin behind his back while he's gone. Anybody got dirt on the dude? Anyone? Jay Blanchard 657 says, okay, so I've been doing some research and this is going to be long. It's about the star of David's shape. Okay. Is it about like what the Jewish community has given meaning to, or is it like the actual origin of the shape itself before the adoption by the Jewish community? It's weird because she's Jewish, but she was adopted when she was 14 by Mormons. Oh, I have a lot of Mormon family and a few Jewish peeps too. No one in my close family is religious at all. That's kind of weird, huh? That is really weird. She's Jewish, but was adopted by Mormons at 14. That's he's secretly happy about being a ginger. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. That's why he shaves his head, because he's not, as he said before, his hair isn't actually red or orange. That's why he shaves it off. He wants people to think that it would be if it grew out. Well, the wiki is talking about how it came to be, kinda. I think it's tough to find a direct answer. Yeah, I'm looking forward now, because Imagine did a good job at explaining what it means to the Jewish community. I want to know, where did it come from before that? What's the origins of the shape? And how did people know about it? I mean, it's a simple design if you think about it. It's just two triangles. But you see that everywhere in sacred geometry. So it makes me wonder, is it pure coincidence or is there something that was known? I'll just post the link, go down to usage in Dharmic religions. A hexagram or sexagram is a six-pointed geometric star figure with a Schläfli symbol. Since there are no true regular continuous hexagrams, the term is instead used to refer to the compound figure of two equilateral triangles shown to the right. The intersection is regular hexagon. Correct. So it's a hexagon with points coming off the sides, essentially. Use in Dharmic religions. Six-pointed stars have also been found in cosmological diagrams in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The reasons behind this symbol's common appearance in Indic religions in the West are unknown. One possibility is that they have a common origin. That's what I'm thinking right there. The other possibility is that artists and religious people from several cultures independently created the hexagram shape, which is also very likely because it is such a basic shape. Oh, here's something very interesting, however. This image. You're good, man. You're good. This image right here. Okay. Let me see if I can find. Yes. You never see the hexagram when it comes to religious symbols. You never really see that with curvature, right? But right there you do. Now, before I get too into this, that could definitely just be because it looks like it's an image that's at an angle. However, that curvature is pretty big, so I doubt that's the case. Now, look at this image, which is a Jason Pradgett Solar Pie drawing. Now, not completely circular in the middle, like the Jason Pradgett. I mean, Jason Pradgett's definitely not completely circular either, and that's the point he makes. But that's what I'm talking about. Or I think, well, close to what I'm trying to get at is that there's got to be a common origin from all these religions. At least I believe that. That's not to say that's the case, because once again, basic symbol, if you think about it. So it goes. I'm gonna jumpstart what I'm trying to get at. So I was hoping that through conversation we could get here, but it's the whole thing to me. And I wish Kevin was here right now, because I don't know if this would blow his mind or not, or if he would just nod his head and be like, "Yup." But there's always talk that Abraham talked to a burning bush. Correct. I'm so used to having Kevin here that I need to ask questions. But the burning bush now they believe was an acacia bush. Acacia sprigs, branches, whatever, have a ton of DMT in them. And it's been long believed that psychedelics such as DMT were the cause for a lot of religious awakenings. So, back to the whole Jason Pradgett DMT thing. What's going on there? So
Moses talked to a burning bush.
I thought it.
No, not maybe Abraham did, but I know Moses did. Moses talked to the burning bush.
Okay, so Moses did, right?
Yes. Moses. Voiceless person would be happy to tell you. And I also not like to say, just before, I'm not going to get us too sidetracked, but I like how your topic of discussion turned into me being a ginger as soon as I walked away.
All right, so I apologize. It was
Yeah, it was Moses.
it was Moses, which gives more credence, I think, to what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Moses does. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he smokes a little of the acacia. Just gets a little bit of DMT.
Little.
Yeah. So there goes, boom, that filter that allows him to see the sacred geometry.
Yep.
He's going to see these shapes.
Yes.
And Kevin, if you look at some of these links I
Oh, I
posted,
did.
Okay. You see how similar?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add to, in where you were looking to try to figure out where Star David came from sacred geometry, if you look at the Star of Life, it's inside of that. So the Star of Life is like a big thing in sacred geometry, and if you look inside of the Star of Life, you will see the Star of David.
Yep. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
but I'm saying that's where it came from sacred geometry wise. So like how we were
Okay,
trying to figure out where
okay.
it came from before it got into the Jewish religion. Sacred geometry wise, it came from the Star of Life.
Okay. So you're right. That is what I was saying. What I should have been asking though was how did it get
Yes.
into religion?
Yep.
And I honestly think it was DMT related.
Yeah,
really do.
I
Especially
think
if it
you're
was
right.
Moses.
Yeah.
Especially if it was Moses.
Yeah. And that thing that you were showing, that I think it was like a tapestry that had
Yes.
that was curved. And then if you look at the thing that Plaget drew with the solar pie, you see
Yep.
those curves. And I think that's what he's trying to get at with it too, is like we don't really know what we're seeing. So people draw the Star of David straight,
Right.
but it's curved because of straight lines.
Right.
Ouch.
It's an optical illusion, essentially.
Sort of like my stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what
Totally.
those pictures you found are really interesting actually.
Now, to be fair, that tapestry I do not believe is a Jewish tapestry.
No, it didn't look like it because it looked to me like there was a cross in there too.
I think I can't find it now. Where did it go? I am not on that page anymore.
I'm still looking at it. Yeah,
Let's
to me,
see.
I see a cross in there too.
I think it's got something to do with Jainism.
Okay, yep, because there's a Buddha.
Which-
It looks like a Buddha almost in the middle.
Right.
Yep.
So is that
I don't even know what Jainism is.
the downward triangle symbolizes Shakti, the sacred embodiment of femininity. Femininity.
So it's chakras. It's the
And
feminine
the
form
upward
of
triangle
chakras.
symbolizes Shiva or Agni Tattva,
So that is okay. So that's Hinduism. That's Hindu.
representing the focus aspects of masculinity.
So-
So it's a balance of the two.
So now you've got that
sexes.
Star of David in Hindu religion, because that's what that is. Because Shiva is a Hindu god.
Yep.
So now you've got this in a lot of religions.
Yeah.
And it probably does go back to DMT affecting that part of your brain.
That's what I'm thinking. And I know I'm not the first one to come to that. There's no way.
So has he broken the part of your brain or actually opened it up? Has Plaget now have access to the portion of his brain that gets opened up by taking DMT?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Does Plaget now have access to the part of your brain that is only opened up by taking DMT?
Oh, that's what I said was my belief earlier.
Yeah, that his brain has been altered in a way where he no longer needs the chemical to access that portion of his brain or shut off. Oh God, Okay. Dots. We're going to connect some dots. If you believe in the whole we were modified by something at some point,
Yep.
were we
Which you do.
modified in a way to see reality in a way somebody wanted us to see it?
So you've said this a couple times before on the studio podcast and the live podcast that it's kind of in our DNA that we've been
Modified.
messed with.
Yep.
Modified, yeah.
Yep.
What if the DNA that was an additive is what makes that part of our brain turn on? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying no antitoxins. But I
That's
know
crazy,
I
man.
do.
You ever done DMT?
Hey man, it's crazy, man. So you ever done DMT? Not to sound too much Joe Rogan, like I do want to try it. Just so you know, Devin's just went live. I'm gonna go say hi. Okay. Love.
That's not Blanchie asking you.
No, no.
Sorry. Didn't see that. Mm-hmm.
Devin, I won't stand for this. You shan't correct me.
It's a good thing you're sitting.
Oh. Yeah, I would love to talk to somebody who has done it.
That'd be great. We are trying to get more interviews. It seems like every time we get one, something happens.
Do you think, okay, wait a minute. Do you think that has to do with tuck and roll?
Yeah.
Oh, Blanchie, all I was saying was if you do have a friend, and then Devin corrected me and said that you never said that, but you did. But if you do know someone who has tried it, I would love to interview that person. That'd be great.
It would be great.
Yeah, I don't know, Devin. I don't know that would be something that you should try.
I don't want to try.
Yeah, I don't think. Now,
Because
stream is super dropped in frames. Why?
It would either go real bad or like real good.
All right, let me.
I'd either become a more anxious person or my anxiety would just go away.
I'm trying to shut some stuff down because he's saying we're dropping frames.
He said, there we go. I think it just kind of fixed itself.
Okay, I'm going to put it over on this thing.
Good on my end.
Then I'll get in touch with him. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, do that. Awesome. But Devin, I would be willing to do it for the program. I would be willing to take that risk for
Kevin,
the program.
you want to do it anyways.
Correct.
You told me you wanted to do it before this was even a thing.
Yes. Yeah, because there's something to it.
Yeah, I'm not shaming you. I don't.
No. Oh, I know you aren't. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of talking about my thoughts on why I want to. If it's so prevalent in nature and to the point where like whole religions in the Amazon are formed around ayahuasca and that's just a vessel to get the DMT effect, then there's something there. There's something to it. And I want to know what that is. And I want to know what that does. And I know that it's supposed to be kind of scary first time around, but I want to experience. I want to know what you see. I've done other things, and not that I'm like, oh, drugs are the best. You got to do drugs. But certain ones do things, and you're just like, okay, there's something to this, and there's a reason why it's around. Mushrooms are one of the best. Mushrooms are just like, because it's just so mild, but you see things in a different way. Reality's a little bit different for you. And I wonder if that, I'm sure it's been studied, it's got nothing to do with it, but does it have that same type of effect? The DMT type effect. Let's do it. Listen, sir, there's someone in your life that would not approve, and I can't condone that because she may listen at some point. Oh, by the way, tell her I did find the MIT panel There's a book I can get that actually discusses it. So Devin, just so you know, when we went out on Saturday night, Bowel Movement Man was talking to his girlfriend on the way
Yeah.
home, and she asked me, we were talking about the podcast actually, and she asked me if I had heard about a MIT lecture where they talk to what do we call them now? Experiencers.
Experiencers, yeah.
Yeah. That they had a whole panel of experiencers on there, and it's just like a really good discussion. It was MIT that did this, so it was pretty cool, like, to hear about that. So I'm going to definitely pick up that book and take a read. Some of the things I've read about it so far are it's a lot of just trying to debunk everything, which is fine. I mean, they're scientists; that's what they're going to do. But
Yeah.
I want to hear the commonalities between the people that talked. So maybe from a
Cool.
quality source, not your average dealer.
I don't know who Acid Spider is and why they're sending YouTube links. So sorry, my dude, but I will not be clicking on that. And I don't think Kevin will be either.
No, but if
Don't worry.
anyone is willing to behind the scenes and it is anything worthwhile, just let us know. But I'm not going to do it. Because you never know, Devin. Maybe it's something to do with what we're talking about.
It definitely could be. That's why I don't want
That's why we'll have
I won't
Blanchy
brush
do
it
it.
off.
Blanchy can take the risk for us.
to.
He's like our bullet catcher.
What did they call the back in medieval times? There was a taste tester for nobles.
Oh, I
to
don't
make sure it
remember what
wasn't poison.
the actual name is. Yeah, I've got somebody in my life that does that though, and says, "I'm just making sure it's fine before you eat it." I don't think that's quite the same thing. Because I really don't think like a sausage, egg, and cheese from Dunkin' Donuts is gonna kill me like right away. Oh man, dude. Listen, nothing against you, Acid Spider. Of a gnome. Okay. That's kind of why I didn't click on it. I'm not I don't want it. It's a tricky thing that we're trying to do here because I do not want to discourage people from sending us stuff so we can check things out that are valid. But, you know, that's why we have some people check this stuff out so we don't just throw up everything that comes along.
Correct. Can't find what the
What the Royal Taste Tester was called?
yeah. I mean, it was a thing though. And
Oh,
that's
no,
what,
it was. Yeah.
It's what Jay Blanchy 657 is for us. So
Yeah,
thank you.
he's our Royal Taste Tester. Man, that thing does keep beverages cold.
Good to know it does its job.
Yeah. All right, so we started with the Black Knight. We moved on to Sacred Geometry, DMT. We talked about some earthquakes and volcanoes. Could potentially get viruses so that you don't have to. Correct. Oh, good. There it is again. Blanchy, do your thing. I was going through. Oh my God. Blanchy's a good mod.
You even timed it out. He didn't go straight for the ban.
Hey, yeah, we're not like me. I'm quick.
Mod.
I'm quick with the ban hammer, even on my friends that I've had my entire life. I'll ban those suckers without a thought. Boom, ban them. Let's see. Here's one. Kentucky woman spots a Bigfoot. Woman in Kentucky reported an unsettling sighting of a 7-foot tall creature, which she likened to a walking tree. I've been catching viruses before Kevin gets them for years. So true. 100%. According to the area newspaper, the bizarre encounter occurred back in October when the unnamed witness and her husband were visiting the family in the city of Sandy Hook. Oh my God.
Whoa, hold on.
This is Sandy Hook, Kentucky. Devin, I'm pregnant. Oh,
Josh.
Good.
Glad you finally admitted to it.
Do you know
man.
what it's going to be yet?
It's gonna be an alien.
Is it going to be a Sasquatch?
It's like that scene from the first Men in Black when Will Smith gives.
Oh,
Will Smith
yeah.
birth.
Yeah.
Delivers. Yeah, that's the word. Delivers a baby alien.
Just
I'll be Will Smith.
hopefully he doesn't have his baby like the movie Alien and have it just pop out of his chest.
Ooh, no.
That'd be bad. Okay. Sandy Hook set out to run some errands. The normally mundane task of driving to the store took a fantastic turn when she noticed something truly weird as they were on the road. Let me scan through here. This thing was very big in stature, thick legs, thick abdomen. Sounds like
Thick.
me. It's standing around 7 feet tall. Does not sound like me. She also noted the color of the creature was an earthy tone, which seemed to match the trees in that locale. Okay. Her husband merely spotted a strange shadow, and unfortunately the incident was so brief the witness was unable to discern much about the creature's face, even though it did purportedly turn to look at the car. Nope, don't buy that one.
This is recent?
Yep, just happened in October.
Oh. We need more footage of Bigfoot. And I'm not talking like the ABC show The Conners. All right. I'm talking like out in the wild.
You mean
literally.
it's a thick bear? Are you trying to say that you don't want to see the John Goodman Sasquatch?
I mean, I do, but like everyone sees that one. I want real stuff.
Back on the start,
Back
David
on
talk. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Back at the start of David talk, Kevin he's asking you, so
Go down
he's
where
talking about
we're
the Dharmic
going.
religions on the Wikipedia page for
Oh, right. Yes. I'm going there right now.
Hello, Zell. We are talking a bunch of nonsense. We just finished up us trying to correlate how DMT probably got the shape, the hexagram, which otherwise known as the Star of David, became adopted in the Jewish religion, and how it most likely was probably from DMT due to acacia branches being lit on fire by Moses, and he talked to it because acacia has a high concentrate of DMT.
So this is interesting. Jainism, right?
Jainism.
Their
Yeah.
main symbol is the swastika.
Yes.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. I knew it had some religious context, I thought, to Hinduism, which
Well,
it
it
might
is.
still.
Jainism
but-
is like pretty close.
I did not understand one single word, but okay.
But it makes me wonder why the Nazis kind of hijack that symbol.
Well, what is that symbol? It's a peace, right? I mean, it stands for peace.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you could go as far to say that the Nazis didn't think there'd be peace unless there were.
Unless they made it.
Right.
Could be.
I don't know if that's the case. It's just kind of my thoughts on that.
That's interesting, though. Oh, I'm behind on messages.
Is
That
it worth a real click?
Oh, God. Well, it came from Voiceless
Oh,
Person.
it's Harry and the Hendersons.
Okay, you know what? For everybody, I'll do this because I'm a good guy like that. I will get that fired up so we can all watch it together.
Oh my goodness.
I am a good person, and I appreciate what our listeners send us.
Except for that one.
Yeah, of course.
Not the one we just got. But
Well, that too. Let me get... Oh, I can't get that link this way. Let me see how I did that. We'll just...
it's loud, I think is.
Oh, I'll take care of that.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
What?
One thing I found out about Twitch. He's not talking about the loudness. Watch as we all wait in suspense.
Well, the thing is like I can't get... Because I didn't have the chat open on my other computer. I could try just adding it, but it's easier if I just do the video capture. Hey, Voiceless Person, what did you do? What did you search for that?
If you play music in a stream, when your stream goes live, it will mute part of your stream, if not all of it, due to copyright laws.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play much of it, but I just want to find.
Well, I think what he's saying is if you play any of it, there's a chance that.
There is a chance, yeah.
So.
Devin, it's gonna be fine.
You say that, but how many technical difficulties have we had? I just don't want to chance another one.
I'm running the risk for us. I'll just play a bit, but I want to do this. This is something I got to do now. I'm just testing my abilities.
If this goes awry,
It's not going to go awry.
You say that.
It's going to go fine.
I just don't. It's not that I don't trust you, Kevin. It's that I don't trust our luck.
There he is.
Okay, you muted it. All right. No, you didn't.
I did now.
Come on, man.
I did mute it now. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live a little, Devin. Live a little.
I don't want to.
Well, good thing I'm around because I live enough for the both of us. Thank you, voiceless person, for the Bigfoot that Devin wanted to see and then didn't want to see when I wanted to show everybody else.
We'll talk about this in our debrief session,
He's
Kevin.
so mad at me right now. Live a little. Thank you. Imagine a cool name. Just Harry. Oh, that's what you search for. All right. I don't want to. Mood. We can't hear you. What can't you hear now?
See what you did?
No, I didn't. Mark is messing with us.
Yeah, I know.
Because he has to. Your voices are fine. Yeah, we know our voices is fine. Devin's is way more fine than mine.
Stop trying to suck up to me now.
You can't. No. There's no. You can't be mad about Harry and the Hendersons being played. I'm not going to allow that bullshit. Not mad. No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Blake, you do me a favor. Don't ever get Devin paranoid ever again. Just keep your mouth shut. Everything kind of went fast, but what are your thoughts on the Star of David link? Oh, it was pretty cool. That's what I mean. Like Devin and I were saying, it's got to be in religion so much because this whole thing with the, I don't know if it's always DMT, but somehow they are able to see these geometric patterns that are just kind of out there in nature. Kevin is always not wearing briefs. Fact. Fact. Except when I had my surgery, then I had to get support briefs. It wasn't that surgery, people. It was just hernia surgery. I will not fact check that. No need. Just take my word for it.
That.
The fact that Commando, no one needs to know about that. That's just not anything that we should be discussing anymore. Add this to the list. Harry and the Hendersons and Kevin's briefs. Not talking about it. Either one. Message sent to my friend about the interview. Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome. Dude, should we live stream if I ever get my hands on some, Devin?
I don't think so.
That'd be kind of fun.
I think if you want to, but I really think, and it doesn't have anything to do with like, it's not a paranoia thing for me. Surprise, surprise. It's more of a, if you're going to do it, I think you should enjoy it on a personal level.
That's very true. That might be against some. You know what then? We'll go do it on YouTube. They can do it on YouTube. We will take our show elsewhere, sir.
Hey, we did talk about doing dual streams.
Yes. We're going to try to pull off the unachievable. We were going to try to do a triple, but that might be asking a lot.
The
logistics of that.
You'd have to have another computer.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd have to have another computer.
Another camera.
Yep.
Because Facebook clearly doesn't let you play nice with anything else.
Another mic setup.
Yep. And you'd have to get those two to not interfere with each other.
Correct. That's
too much.
Is correct.
That is correct. No, that's too much for us. We're not that savvy. I mean, it's good enough that we're pulling off this. This is pretty good. Well.
A normal stream. I mean, with the luck we've had, this is very good for us.
Nothing was our fault this time, though.
No, that's amazing. At least we graduated from it being our fault to it being Discord's fault.
This was purely Discord's fault.
Thanks, Discord.
We had everything going fine, and then all of a sudden, just no Devin.
You no, you as well.
Well, for your side, but the
Yeah,
stream
you're right.
had
right.
me.
My side is the only side that matters.
The stream had me. You had me at hello. We're doing
Where are we
drugs
going
for
with this?
we're doing drugs for science. I think that gives you around TOS. Oh, we violated TOS? No. It was just for science. And they'd be like, oh, cool. Okay, then. Write a paper. Devin, I'm losing you. You're like, I think you're doing some research for the show right now for us. I feel like
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Okay. The stuff that I should have done pre-show, I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you're supposed to set them up, tee them up, and I just hit them. Awkward silence. I can do an ASMR, ASMR. I don't even know what the words are.
ASMR.
Here's a topic. Hit us, Blanchy. Hit us with a topic.
I was gonna bring up gematria, but
What
I
the
want to see
hell
what
is that?
is. Secret code
Oh.
that they don't want you to know. Letters and numbers. How English's numerical code reveals the scripting of history, news, elections, rigged sports, and more.
What if the Fruns were stealing all the
sports.
language, all the letters to make their own language?
What if the Fruns are led by alternate reality Santa Claus
Oh.
and E-Hair
E-Hair. Nobody
is
knows about
trying-
E-Hair yet.
trying to get our alphabet back in check?
What
do you think
were
would
they called?
happen?
What were they called again?
The Fruns?
Pukas.
Oh, pukas, yeah. Okay. What do you think would happen to
Oh, good, we
religion
got
if
two.
slash when we get contacted, like openly contacted, crushed, demolished, gone?
Yep.
People would still hold on to it. I think there'd be fanatics that would still hold on to it. That's fine. But I think there'd be a lot of people that would be like, well, that's it.
I think
See ya.
the level-headed ones, anyone who's relatively level-headed and super religious, I think would be able to say, okay, like we talked about before, my father's house has many mansions.
Right.
They could accept that we're just one creature in a bigger universe that God created.
That's true. That's true, actually.
But I think the vast majority of the crazy fanatics, it crushes their or they just go apeshit and try to destroy everyone even more now because they're like, no.
And there would be those people that would probably be like, oh no, those aliens are actually demons sent by Lucifer himself.
Right.
Which is actually, I've heard theories that that's actually the case. Ancient aliens existed, but they weren't aliens. They were of heaven, fallen angels and all that stuff. Which is in the Bible how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how we get the Nephilim or giants. It's crazy stuff.
Imagine a Cool's name has a great one.
And yep. What if we actually live on Mars or some other planet and we're just a small amount of the population? The real population is on Earth. And maybe the culture is totally different and we were just a test. By test, I mean they put us on a planet with limited supplies and gave us cultures and wanted to see how the test would react. I just thought of that because this is the time and place. Really like that topic, which is word for word what Blenchy just said. And Kevin, it's really funny because didn't we kind of come up with something really similar before we started this podcast?
Yes.
About how, what if we're already on Mars?
Yep.
And the Mars that we look at was actually originally Earth.
And that is something that people are really buying into now. That Mars was actually where we came from. Mars got wiped out by sort of like the same cataclysms that hit the Earth.
Right.
And we are remnants. We are remnants of that. But I kind of like the thought of what Imagine a Cool Name is saying. What if there is a version of us that is more advanced, that lives on some other planet, that's like testing out different ways and seeing, we're almost just scenarios. We're just like a list of scenarios. Like, okay, like he's saying, let's put them on this planet. We know they have this amount of supplies. Let's give them some weird belief systems, see which ones catch on.
Which ones don't?
Yeah, just like an experiment. That kind of goes along with... Oh, we're going to go to another one too. Good. It kind of goes along with the... I know, I just read it too. The fact that if we are modified, if we are engineered, it could be from that. It could be part of the test. Let's modify these people in a certain way to see what happens. Because I think we've always kind of thought about this idea, Devin and I have, that we might just be remnants of a more advanced version of us.
Yep.
We might be the rejects, the cast outs.
You know, let's do what we usually do in our studio episodes, okay? Let's try and just go for the throat and bring in a couple other theories that we've talked about.
And then we can hunt some wabbits.
We can hunt some wabbits.
Yeah.
So you saying that, right? We're like a test. Okay. Now I like that idea in the sense because it's like a more realistic simulation, which is already a huge theory right now that we're actually in a simulation, as we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more like a physical simulation, if that's the case, if we're physically placed here by beings that exist in this reality. Now, what if they are doing numerous different tests and we happen to be the one that can't see or can't perceive reality a certain way?
So that is our twist. If you will, we are Vault 118, let's just say. And in our vault, the experiment done on us is you can't see reality in the way reality really is.
Which would be we're supposed to be able to see sacred geometry. And that's why our DNA has that hidden...
We've been modified so that we can't see that, to see what happens. And what happens is we lose grasp of the fact that we're part of something bigger. Right. And we become tribal like we are.
Right, yes.
Oh, no, Devin, that one hurts.
I love it.
Because it sadly could be true.
It could be true, yes.
It could be very true.
Voiceless person asked, there are many and recent sightings of Bigfoot in York County, but none in neighboring Stratford County. Why does Bigfoot hate New Hampshire? We found him out. We're on to him.
We are on to him.
He was in Maine first, if you remember, when
Yes.
that person emailed us about being abducted by someone that looked like John Goodman, or Bigfoot, but looked like John Goodman. And then someone else emailed us from New Hampshire saying that they found someone who looked like a naked John Goodman burning something that smelled like leather and running away.
So
he's on the run.
So he might be in New Hampshire now.
He might have already left New Hampshire.
Now, the question to ask why he hates New Hampshire is a fair question. Why does Bigfoot hate New Hampshire? Do you think he does? Now, Voiceless Person thinks Bigfoot hates New Hampshire.
Maybe he can't. Maybe it's too emotional for him to be in New Hampshire nowadays because he lost his best friend.
True.
Best friend being the old man of the mountain.
The old man of the mountain.
Yeah. Imagine a cool name. Kevin, you want to take that one?
Oh, you did. I think we jumped over. Blanchy had a quick one. What if we're the newest copies and they are watching and testing us, taking notes in order to make us better after we die? Whoa.
Where did you see that? Oh, right there. What if we're the newest?
Well, you got blinded by the all we are is dust in the wind.
They're watching and testing us. Better after we die? Oh, boy.
Yeah. Maybe that's why when people have near-death experiences, they talk about how great it is there, and it's all full of just nothing but love.
If you knew what was on the other side, man.
You never want to come back. You don't even know half of it. We're a test. Oh God, he told us. Remember, he told me we are a test.
Yep, he did.
He said this world is a test,
He sure did say that. Yep.
and we're not ready to pass the test yet.
Maybe Blanchy's onto something. Blanchy, you talked to this guy? What was his name?
Oh
Oh,
God,
no, let's not say his name. Let's not say his name.
no. If you say his name
Blanche-
3 times, he shows up behind me and tells
With
me
his
he's not
little-
done talking to me yet. I'm not done
Was it a-
talking to you yet.
Was it a was it a Mustang or a Camaro that
Mustang.
Yeah. I didn't even
Synchronicity.
never piece that together.
Synchronicity. Okay.
Wow.
So let's go on to Imagine a Cool. Now I like this. We're getting topics. This is good. Okay, so everyone knows where the giant meteor that killed all the dinosaurs is. Well, what if that was a spaceship and there were aliens, for example? Lots of people believe aliens have been sending us messages to Earth, communicating with us. First, therefore, we have hundreds of alien invasion movies and hundreds of conspiracies over the notion. But what if the real aliens and the government, NASA, etc., have just been sending different galaxies, planets, etc. messages to these other worlds? Oh, and it's not the rest of the comment. You see, that's not even the entire comment. So let's see if we can guess what he was getting at, though. What if they've been trying to make contact and get them here? What if we are the real aliens? And the government... Oh, okay. So, the spaceship that crashed, took out the dinosaurs, was full of aliens, which are us.
Our descendants. Or
And now-
our ancestors.
Right. And now, instead of the other way around, this would mean 2 things. Any communication that we are perceiving as one-way message is actually a response. Right. Messages we send on the universe. Massive cover-ups have taken place. We are aliens. What are humans? Essentially, everything we've been told on the subject is a complete lie. Sorry for the long post. Do you believe Paul McCartney is dead? No.
No.
Yes. Maybe. But going back to Imagine a Cool Name, that's a cool thought. So we're actually trying, we were like, hey, this planet's not bad. Do you think that's what it is? That we're trying to contact where we actually came from and said, hey, this place ain't bad. Get down here. Or come get us, our spaceship crashed.
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
Both.
My biggest thing with that, my biggest plot hole, if you will, would be why would we even bother with Voyager 1? If that was to go back to them.
As part of the cover-up, maybe?
That's fair. But what
But what would we gain from covering it up if we just crashed here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, now people could say, oh, religion would lose its control. I don't think so. They could have, if that was the case and they knew about it back in the day when religions formed, they could have easily just said, yeah, we came from a different planet, but God still created us.
Could it be, though, like maybe if we're going to go along with this, could it be that the crash, and after the crash, whatever was left of the population of that ship kind of spread out across the globe, and over time, as you know, things get forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't build their entire whatever advanced technology. They didn't have the ability to build it here because they were just in a ship. So you're going to have generations and generations and generations of not being able to build that stuff. You're going to slowly become less modern.
What if we crash landed on Earth? We built these cities, these giant colonies.
On rock and roll?
Stop it.
Okay.
We're not bringing the Starship into this.
Well,
Not tonight, damn it.
ship crashing from the
I don't
stars.
care. I don't care about the correlation.
Okay, sorry.
I
apologize.
No, that was good. We built actually just us. We were the civilization,
Mm-hmm.
but we came from a different planet, and now we're stuck here. We lost all that technology. We forgot that technology.
Yep.
But the government knows. The government found out after religions formed.
That's all the knowledge that keeps getting hidden by secret societies.
Yes.
I like this one. This is a good
That
one.
that one ties in so well to the Younger Dryas
It
impact
does.
theory.
Advanced
I like
civilization
that.
wiped out by an asteroid or comet.
Now, I just want to imagine a cool name for
Yeah,
asking that question
great
because
one.
I like where we brought that.
Do you
That was
believe
good.
believe Paul McCartney is dead?
I don't.
No, I don't. I think the Beatles did a good job playing it up, though.
Yes.
I think they did a great job of messing with people's heads. Because once they found out about it, they're like, well, let's just run with it.
They seem like the type of people that would have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If energy
Sweet.
cannot be created or destroyed, and the soul equals
I like
energy,
this.
and we have overpopulated, then we have soulless people who are walking the earth. It lends itself to the limits of the experiment.
Do you know what that
True.
reminds me of?
What's
It
that?
reminds me so much of Scientology.
Oh, no. Is
It
Mark
does.
is Mark a Scientologist?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't. You would know better than I would.
I don't think he is.
Now, I'm not putting that in the same category as Scientology.
The greatest trick a
not.
Scientologist ever pulled was convincing the world that Scientology wasn't a thing. Now you have to pay them $50 and they will make you buy. Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Sweet. That that could be it. So, bowel movement, man. Are you saying that souls go into bodies like that? If it wasn't overpopulated, if souls weren't overpopulated?
That soul is energy.
Oh, wait.
And that
I
it
see. Never
can't
mind.
be destroyed or created. So the soul, which is actually energy, there's
So
not enough
less-
soul to go in all the
No.
bodies on the planet.
Right,
so we
right,
have soul
right.
less.
I read it.
Yeah.
I
think
Took
that's
it
supposed to be OUL, but I'm going to let it go here.
No, he means people
With-
aren't taking care of their feet.
Their shoes suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I like the Tada from Imagine a Cool Name. Was the Tada just from the fact that the second half of the message finally showed up, or that we actually did something? Too many bodies, man. That we actually did something with the theory, because I think, we did a pretty good job with that one. As Devin searches for something.
bowel movement, man.
Bowel.
Just reminded me of something that we've never brought up.
The fact that that's caught on with you makes me almost as happy as banning him earlier.
Yes.
Yo, you did something with it. Thank you. I will take that Tada then and do a quick bow.
Too many bodies, man, says bowel movement, man. You know what that reminds me of? The Georgia Guidestones.
Oh, wow. That's something we've
Yes.
never talked about on here.
Weirdly enough, no. And that is such a recent development as far as human history goes.
What a bizarre thing.
Super bizarre.
Is anyone here not aware of the Georgia Guidestones? I can pull it up real quick.
I've got a Wikipedia page already. The Georgia Guidestones, very fascinating thing. They randomly popped up in 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia. Just don't know who put it there. Just these giant monolithic stones. Kevin, did I lose you?
No, I'm just
Okay,
putting
okay.
pictures up while you're talking.
I'm paranoid these days. And they have 10 commandments, if you will.
Yes.
About how if civilization is to ever get knocked down again, how to keep it at a good words and such.
A good level. Keep population
Yeah,
at
thanks.
what the level that the planet can sustain of human population.
Right, and it's not just population either. It's
No,
just
no.
how to make life better for everyone alive.
Yes.
If civilization were to go asunder and pop back up. There's 10 of them, and I'm just going to read them off. And they're in different languages too. They're
Yes.
all in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, traditional Chinese, and Russian. All 10. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Unite humanity with a living new language. So I assume they mean one language for everyone. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And the last one, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature.
Here's the little thing. What population that we decided to just wipe out lived like this? And we were like, well, these people are savages. Let's take over their land and kill them.
I believe, what is Native Americans?
Yeah, that would be correct. Daily Double.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
I want you to look at the image that I have up right now. And this is what happened to the Georgia Guidestones.
Oh, hold on. I got an ad.
Death to the New World Order. No one world government. You will not succeed. Jesus will beat you, Satanists. Where in what you just read, is there anything satanic?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. No.
The only thing I could ever even come close is number 4. Rule passion, faith, tradition, all things with tempered reason. Basically saying, calm down.
Yeah. Settle down.
And I could see religious fanatics having a huge problem with that.
I've got another image up that's on the Guidestones. This is the one that I love. Let these be Guidestones to an age of reason. Egyptian hieroglyphics, Babylonian cuneiform, classical Greek, and Sanskrit. All of those talk about things that are now considered like myth.
Yep.
But there isn't. It's not. There's something with all of these things. My friend is responding on the DMT topic earlier. He's down. Huzzah. Awesome.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed. But this just, to me, says, you guys don't understand. You're not looking in the right places. You're not understanding what has to happen. These cultures got wiped out. And why? Go back and read their writings. Look at what happened with them. Follow what they did right and what they did wrong. And when they flourished. And when they flourished was when they were open to thinking about all kinds of things. They were trying to understand things. They weren't just going, religion is the only thing. No, all of these things they were trying, all of these civilizations were trying to work things out.
Mm-hmm.
Astronomic features. Channel through stone indicates celestial pole? Roll?
Yep.
Pole.
Pole.
Horizontal slot indicates annual travel of sun. Sunbeam through capstone marks noontime throughout the year.
This is the thing that this does is it takes everything that you see in these ancient monolithic structures.
Yes.
And condenses it and literally tells us how to view this.
Oh, Blanchie, it's not some people are saying they are instructions for the post-apocalypse. That's what this is. And you've got to think about apocalypse in a different way, where it's more of when we let it all go to shit.
How do we bounce back?
And we will let it all go to shit. Yeah. How do you bounce back, and how can we leave instructions to do it? So this, one of the problems with everything being written in stone, it was always written in one language.
Yep.
Mayan culture had their own hieroglyphs. Egyptian culture had their hieroglyphs, but they varied from time to time. Stuff with in Peru with the, I think, pre-classic Mayan, there was a group of people called the snake gods, the snake kings. They're finding towns now that were, the populations were like in the tens of millions, because they're using LiDAR and you can look at the ground through the canopy of the Amazon and you can see all the buildings that were there. So there were civilizations in South America that were massive, way bigger than anything anywhere else. And they never knew about it. But they can't understand the language because those hieroglyphics are a little bit different from the classical Mayan.
Yep.
So they don't jive, but they're slowly starting to find things and try to decipher it. What this guy did, and whoever this is still anonymous, right? No one knows what happened. No one knows how this guy. Yeah, I want to hear it after, definitely.
Yep.
But like, no one has come out and said, I did this.
I don't think they ever will either.
Right. So what this does is it says, okay, even if we get wiped out, civilization has to start over. If we know that we have to put things in stone because we're never going to find it again if it's not, because it'll just go away. If we put it in multiple languages, but all saying the same thing, this is a way to decipher. So somebody can come along that does not make the same mistake we did when we found these ancient cultures. And we couldn't read it. And we didn't know what it meant. It took us forever to read it. And we interpreted things and they were wrong. And it set us back. This takes care of that. This says, okay, we're going to put it in multiple languages, but somebody's going to be able to decipher it because they're going to crack one of them, or they're going to crack part of this, and they're going to crack part of that, and they're going to figure out that they're all the same. And they'll be able to decipher it and figure out what's going on. So the fact that it's done that way, just that little thing that doesn't seem like much, is writing the same thing over again in multiple languages, could be the key for people that have to start over.
Yep.
Here's another thing. Time capsule, placed 6 feet below this spot, to be opened on. Is there a date? Do you know? I have no idea. Because I'm looking at an image right now and it says time capsule, placed 6 feet below this spot on, and then it says to be opened on, and it's got nothing.
I don't think there is a date.
Or is this, we're supposed to put one in there? I don't know. So let's hear your theory on who you think it might be.
I think it's the Freemasons.
Okay.
And I think it is just because of the conversations we've had before on the live show, where I admitted to the fact that I think that they know something. If the whole like ancient civilization theory is true, with the rebirth of civilization through symbolism of the acacia branch, which symbolizes reincarnation, and you see it all throughout Freemasonry symbolism. And they're Masons, they're the master builders of what I think society, of civilization, culture, all that stuff. And it's like you said, these Georgia Guidestones are a condensed version of ancient monolithic structures.
Yep.
It has the astronomic features, so you can still track like the important star maps and stuff, which is, we've said before when talking about Randall Carlson, that we think ancient civilizations did that very same thing to warn us of what could come from the sky. I feel like that's what this is doing. Or if it's not doing that, it's doing whatever. If it's not a warning, then it's something else. But whatever it is, I really feel like it's the same thing that the ancient monolithic structures would be doing. And it's in stone. What's
Yes.
going to survive like uh weathering, like massive weathering? Of course, if something comes along, if the Younger Dryas impact theory is correct, and which it probably is, and you have these massive ice sheets come down, this won't last. But that's one of the few things that would actually wipe this out.
Right.
So what's the chances of that happening again? Well, maybe bigger than we think, but
Well, interesting where they placed it.
Georgia.
Georgia was not covered by ice.
That's true.
By
I
even
wasn't
the
thinking of that.
thickest and biggest of the ice sheets.
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
That's what hit me. Was, okay, they're putting this somewhere where it's not going to get impacted by glaciers.
Yeah.
I mean, the continent would have to shift a lot for it to happen, because unless the entire planet freezes, the glaciers aren't making it that far down again.
Right.
I am on the team Masons who did this as well. And I think they don't say that they did it because they know it wouldn't be believed if they said it was them.
Oh, and if it was believed, just look at the defaced imagery.
Well, yeah, because if you look down here, there's a lot of talk about how people believe it's either a Luciferian sect or the Rosicrucian, which is another New World Order type of group. They're not saying anything on this that makes me think it's like a one world order, a New World Order type of thing. What they're saying is, we can't get it right. We've never been able to get it right. And when we have, if they did enough research to know if these people do have some like ancient knowledge, maybe at some point they did figure out the right balance. And that information is kept somewhere. So they're like, okay, let's put this out there. We have to make sure no one knows it's us, the Masons, doing this, because they're going to freak out and they won't believe us. Let's put it in Georgia, where we know that the glaciers didn't make it to before. And I like that they're doing things like they use the North Star as their point of reference, because even with the tilt and the wobble of the Earth, the North Star doesn't change all that much. So it's a very good reference point.
Yeah, because aren't there two different North Stars? So like even with
over
the tilt,
time,
there's another North Star.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
but the one that we see now is the one that stays most often.
Right.
So, I like the fact that it uses that. I want someone who's good with math and good with sacred geometry to do some calculations on. So they have the physical data. See what the height and width and all that adds up to, and see if there's something that is a hidden code in it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like they say, if you take the pyramid, if you take if you take the base of the pyramid, it's actually like some form of ratio to the circumference of the Earth.
Yeah, and it's and it also points true north by.
They do, yeah. They're almost dead on.
It's a very small error number. Very small.
So look at this is very interesting. On the physical data part of the wiki page, number 9 is granite quarried from pyramid quarries located 3 miles west of Elberton, Georgia.
Huh.
What is if it's a name of a company that owns that quarry, they did that on not the company. Whoever built this did that on purpose. I want to know what that is. I want to know if that's a quarry owned by like a company named Pyramid. But that's
Pyramid Stone Industries. Yep.
That's not by chance.
Yep.
That is not by chance. That is them going, no. Yeah, we're telling you something.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can't believe we had never brought these up before. I do love the
I
Georgia
can't either.
Guidestones.
Yeah, that's.
A
Wow.
man using the pseudonym Robert C. Christian approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans. Elberton assumed Christian was a nut and attempted to discourage him. Robert C. Christian. Bob? Let's try to see if there's anything with this. C. Christian. Bob C. Christian. Just wondering if that, because it's definitely a pseudonym. I'm wondering if there's something in it.
What about the meaning behind the name Robert,
What is the
which
name?
means bright fame?
Hmm.
The Normans introduced this name to Britain.
King of the Britons.
I've always been very fascinated by the Normans and how they're kind of French, but they have ancestry with Vikings. So it's like the Vikings went down to France and then went back up to Britain.
The Vikings went down to France and did what the Vikings do, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Kitty, why are you crying at me? That was creepy. She just walked in and cried at me. She's like, you're getting too close. Getting too close to the sun. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, Devin, and we talked for another 2 hours this morning. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or do you want to think about wrapping up?
Hold on.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
Hi, Kitty.
Kevin, tell me what are the biggest Freemason lodges? Scotland, right?
Yeah. Okay, Devin is on to something here.
The name has been borne by 2 early kings of France, 2 dukes of Normandy, and 3 kings of Scotland, including Robert the Bruce, who restored the independence of Scotland from England in the 14th century. Now, grasping at huge straws here, for sure, but maybe there's something there. Let's look up Robert the Bruce.
Watching my dogs at show. Okay. Blanchie. Job for you, Blanchie. Clean up aisle 1. Is Ted Cruz really Robert Kardashian? Right above what you just wrote. Ted Cruz. Okay, first of all, I'm going to sound really stupid in saying I'm not really sure who Robert Kardashian is, except that he must be a Kardashian of the Keeping Up with Kardashians. Does he look similar to Ted Cruz in a way? Or is this just a theory you're coming up with now? While Devin's doing his thing, I'm going to look up and see. No. Was that Robert? I thought Robert was one of the sons. He died. Yeah, see, Rob Kardashian, voiceless person, is the son. Let's see. His father was Robert. That's why you're messing me up, Robert. So there's a theory that he's actually Ted Cruz? Is this true? Is Ted Cruz secretly Robert Kardashian? Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now. Where did you find this? Where did you hear about this? You maniac. Ah, there you go. No, I will not watch that show. I won't even say what it was named. Tell me now, Robert Kardashian Jr. with grandfather. Rob Sr., aka Ted Cruz with father. Wait, no, Steve-O. This is on the same page with Steve-O and Vin Diesel. What? Okay. Voiceless person. You're going down rabbit holes. Okay. What you got, Devin? Devin's got something.
So it's said that Robert the Bruce, the King Robert, that I was just talking about earlier, fought and succeeded for Scotland's
independence,
freedom.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Words are hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's often credited with forming the Freemasons as a means to hide the fact that they were the Knights Templar present in his army. Kevin, what did we stumble upon?
Something that we've been talking about for a while now. That if the Templar Knights were going to get eradicated, they'd have to break out and become something else.
Yeah,
But yeah, the fact that Robert the Christian is just a secret way of saying Freemasons are building this.
Right.
Oh yeah, could be.
I think we're on to something.
I think you should put this out on a Reddit post and say it came from us. You're our resident Reddit expert. I'm going to need you to go ahead and do that. We need an account set up, a Reddit account for Think Free or Die. We're going to start our own subreddit.
Yeah. It's funny you say. I've been thinking about actually having an account just for us on Reddit to do that.
Hey, we're being hosted by Jay Blanchy657, our top moderator. Anyone who's watching should go follow him.
Knowing Blanchy, you probably did that hours ago, and we're now just realizing.
Well, I think he told us he auto-hosts us, too, so that's awesome of him.
Oh. Thanks, man.
Yeah, people, go check him out. Jay Blanchy657. Top moderator, you're too kind. Okay, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. Your competition is not stiff for top moderator. Hi, Katie.
Is that a dig?
It is a dig. Not at Blanchy. Yeah, see?
No. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Watch it. So, Devin, I think you should get this out there because I think we might be onto something.
Kevin, I think this is it. This is our breakthrough.
You may have done it for us.
And it's live too. So we got video of it. Now the government's going to come after me.
Well,
Nice.
It's not streaming from your IP address.
It's true, but I'm sure they could easily get me.
Oh, they already got you if they want you.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you where I want you.
Chat, we did it. We got there together.
We did it, chat. You're the real MVP.
We made a big connection tonight, and I don't think anyone's as excited as I am.
I am.
Okay, I don't think anyone's as excited as the two of us are.
No, I don't think anyone else cares.
I don't think so either.
That's what we love about our chat. They don't care what we say. Imagine a Cool Name is still here.
Oh!
Yay! Imagine a Cool Name cares.
He does. She does. I don't know.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebration lasts throughout the years. We need songs in here. Devin thinks we'll get banned.
We could. No, not banned, but we could, like Blanchy was saying, it's potentially could lose the audio for the entire video.
Blanchy, don't listen. I'm doing it for a reason, using terms like banned. Oh, look, there's a dance. What am I singing? The dancing emote.
But yeah, okay. That brings us to real close to 11 p.m. Eastern
Oh, okay.
Standard Time.
You just do
I
none
don't.
copy.
Did
I
you have
choose
anything else you wanted to add?
No. I think that ending on a good note. Devin coming
I think
up
so
with
too.
theory of the year. Coming in at the wire at the end of 2018 with the hot take of the Masons built the Guidestones, and we have proof because it's Robert Christian.
And Robert the Bruce
Mm-hmm.
is.
It's 11 p.m. where you guys are. Yeesh.
I don't know if that's a yeesh like wow it's early or yeesh wow it's late.
Where you go? Explain your guys' theory again. The Guidestone one. Devin, hit him up,
Okay, so in 1980. Okay, whew,
but slower.
slow. Let
Slow
me
it
get some water.
down. Slow it down. Take a little sip. Devin, you need to do one of those whiteboard drawings, those animated whiteboard drawings for your theories.
Gin, right? Celebrate this, guys.
Gin helps Devin with all theories.
Bledge knows that's true. He's seen me drink gin multiple times.
Would you say you're sipping on gin and juice?
Yes.
Thank you.
Gin and Pepsi, actually.
Gin and Pepsi.
It doesn't flow as well.
No.
Okay, so imagine a cool name. In 1980, the Georgia Guidestones were built, and there's no explanation as to who by, other than someone named Robert C. Christian, which was a pseudonym, just a fake name. This part I'm a little bit hazy, Kevin. I'm going to need your help here. Did he tell someone that he did it or leave a note?
No, he went to the town and said that he wanted to put this up and brought a prototype.
Okay. Well, then there we go. Even better. So he does that, and they laughed at him and said pretty much, no, that's not happening. And then it goes up anyways. And some of the stone that's used, or all of the stone that's used,
All of the stone.
can be traced to a local quarry that's owned by Pyramid Stone Industries. That is a separate thing, but that's kind of major in a small way, if that makes any sense.
I think it's a pretty subtle thing to say this has to do with all ancient buildings.
Right. Because it's the whole thing where monolithic stone structures all over the world. The theory is those are warnings of things to come, because most of them can be used as like star maps or star guides.
Mm-hmm.
To look like, hey, there's something out there that's going to happen because it's already happened. Look up the Younger Dryas impact theory. We've talked about it multiple times. I know this is your first night, so I don't know if you know. You might even know about it. I don't know. But the theory is there's ancient civilization. Comet comes in, wipes it out during the Ice Age.
Yep.
And we lose all information of these ancient civilizations that were on par with us now, if not even greater. Most likely greater is the idea. So we got this man who's going by the name Robert C. Christian, who allegedly put these stones up. And Kevin and I were wondering, hey, maybe there's something there with that fake name that explains this. And we had just got done talking about how we both believe it's the Freemasons who did it, because they have knowledge of these past civilizations and they're trying to warn people of, how to try to tell people